Bentley Mulliner Batur, everything you need to know. A Grand Tourer costing $1.65 million was manufactured by Bentley Mulliner. Bentley uses a crazy limited run special equipped with its 6.0-liter W12 to demonstrate its future EV design language. Put it in the British eccentricity file. The primary components of Bentley's new design language for electric age will be on display. Its most potent road automobile to date is powered by a 12-cylinder gasoline burner. For today's video, we will be talking about the Bentley Mulliner Batur, everything you need to know. Interested to know about Bentley Mulliner Batur? Just keep on watching. The Batur is a follow-up to the previously sold-out Bacala Roadster and another collector's Bentley. Nonetheless, and not only because it's a coupe, looks considerably different. Only 18 of these will be produced, and Bentley has already given some of its most cherished clients a sneak peek at the design. It was successful because it was sold out well in advance of the Monterey Car Week's public debut. Cost $1.65 million each. These are kind of tax collectors who adhere to Leona Helmsley's maxim that only the tiny people pay taxes, which is plus VAT or the local equivalent, said shortly before she was imprisoned for tax evasion. The Continental Speed has undergone a thorough yet surprisingly modest rebody with the Batur. Even though the speed is fantastic, adding a little more horsepower and handling dynamism won't hurt. The W12 engine is therefore tuned to produce 740 horsepower and 737 pound-feet of torque, or a nice round 1000 Newton-meters if you speak metric. The Batur may go down in history as a significant vehicle. It is the last and most potent W12 and the pinnacle of the Bentley gasoline era while facing backward. It's the beginning of a redesign from the front. This makes it the opening statement in Bentley's response to a dilemma that all current luxury and supercar manufacturers face. After a long tradition of creating cars that are obviously shaped around enormous engines, more than a century in this case. What happens to the design when electric cars are needed? Last year, Andreas became the new design director of Bentley. He made a quick start by taking the Batur from a blank screen to the unveiled car in a year after deciding what he wants to do there over the following years. That is only conceivable because it will be produced in limited quantities, skipping some of the customary lengthy industrial processes. It takes more than just pulling the huge levers to develop a car. Even seemingly insignificant adjustments might have a significant impact on the outcome. Mint has developed a feature that will distinguish future Bentley vehicles and has a significant impact on how you perceive the Batur. A trim bar, in this case titanium colored, starts on a hole-like chine on the leading edge of the bonnet and sweeps back past the windshield pillar and mirror before continuing to the rear of the vehicle. It has the effect of giving the car's front end an endless bonnet, as Mint describes it. It's a strong historical link because previous Bentleys had to wrap up to 8 liters of straight 6 out front. The front motors of electric vehicles are so physically small, and the cabins can be longer, that the proportions are completely different. However, this new line uses trompe-l'oeil to give the impression that there is more in front than there actually is. According to Mint, the majority of EV faces are generic, but Batur's front graphic can help an EV stand out from the crowd. In contrast to the Continental, the grille is set lower and more uprightly. He calls this design self-confident. The matrix appears to be free of the panels around it and floating in space. The grille on the Batur has a complex design that lets cool air in. In an EV, it might be textured but would likely be mostly blanked out. The headlights are 2 main units, similar to the Bacala as opposed to the Bentley's prior quartet. They don't have the same internal patterning as Bentley's most recent crystal tumbler designs. Instead, they have elaborate strings of LEDs for texture. Mint claims less ornamentation and chrome are preferred by luxury customers as they transition from traditional to modern tastes. In the future, the light will perform the function of chrome. We find recently thinned light clusters at the back. According to Mint, the black lower panel of the tail helps the vehicle appear lighter and increases stress. It's crucial to reduce the perceived mass of the body since future Bentley cabins will feature very tiny, upright glass panels to minimize solar heat input. It appears as though our supercharger was blowing into the body and forcing the panels outward despite the body's overall simplification and minimal inflating of its surfaces. The closing line of the bonnet is also concealed by that titanium bar, giving the front end a solid appearance. The Batur has a wider rear track for both aesthetic and traction reasons than the Continental Speed it is built upon. Jewelry components in the cabin such as the transmission knob and the vent controls were 3D printed in gold bear hallmarks. The diamond textured, black and red radiator grille is echoed in the upholstery stitch pattern. To accommodate the luggage of the epic grand journeys that this car conjures up in the mind's eye, the back seat is exchanged for a platform. Weep. Bentley claims that the Batur's engine is the final iteration of their W12, the most productive 12-cylinder engine in history. In contrast to the Speeds, it is not merely a chip job. As part of a package that also includes a titanium exhaust system, new intercoolers, new turbocharger compressors, and increased oil cooling, there is new software, of course. A lengthy list of improvements for only 18 vehicles. If you're a special customer, they might adjust it to your speed, in my opinion. The 48 volts anti-roll system, 4-wheel steering, and electronically controlled limited slip rear differential are all speed-derived features of the chassis. The Batur promises even more than the Speed, which is a truly great vehicle to drive. Ferrari produces its coach-built automobiles in batches of 100. The new Daytona SP3 will have 599 units. Aston Martin operates similarly. Asking Paul Williams, the head of Bentley's Mulliner coach building business, why there will only be 18 Baturs and why the Bacalar is only available in 12. A hasty victory today would undermine the long-term plan. The coach-built cars must constantly be in short quantity in order to maintain their worth. If their worth rises, repeat business will increase. But as everyone is aware, McLaren and Aston Martin have suffered as a result of the overproduction of several of their limited edition vehicles over the previous 3 years. William continues, Ferrari can draw inspiration from a variety of excellent automobiles from the 1950s and 1960s. Those were hard times for them. Even more justification for Batur's design to look ahead rather than backward. The Bentley electric philosophy of Andreas Mint. Bentley hired a new design leader just in time for the creation of its first all-electric vehicle. Andreas Mint is the man. He worked on the mid-engine Bentley Hunaudius concept in 1999, which was a major influence of the Bugatti Veyron. The Audi Q8 and e-tron GT are two of his subsequent creations. However, he later moved on within the VW group. He started working at Bentley a year and a half ago, and for the first 6 months, he thought, researching previous Bentleys to determine the visual appeal of the company. The most fascinating challenge for any design team is the possibility to rewrite our own rules. The Bentley design language has been completely rethought, maintaining certain features of consistency while significantly altering others. His mood board's heading reads, potent, inspiring, and harmonious. But an automobile cannot be drawn in 3 words. His research included identifying the visual components of the best automobiles Bentley had ever produced. The lack of a wedge in their profile is unusual for sporty cars. Despite the fact that the engine is in the front, they appear to be resting on the rear wheels. Furthermore, such design entails the endless bonnet and a large vertical grille. So, what can you say about the Bentley Mulliner Batur? Please let me know by leaving a comment below, and if you enjoyed this video, please press the like button, turn on the notification bell, and subscribe to MIA Luxury Cars for more videos like this. Thank you for stopping by to watch. See you in our next video. Bye!